Good morning, Israel. This is Omar Hosea. Be real. Spoke up not too long ago. Uh, have my little medication, that medical thing. I don't know why East Coast won't legalize it for medical use. I don't believe it should be legalized for personal or recreational use. I don't believe that personally. Really, marijuana should be for medical or for spiritual people, because when you give that stuff to the common or the everyday people, they have not so much abuse that, but they take that and abuse other people, and they're not in their right mind. And in fact, that did it in their right mind in the beginning, because they're using that to get high. They're trying to, ooh, I'm freaky, and all that stupid stuff. When actually it's for the medication, because we don't get high. We get relaxed. I'm relaxed now, We get high off this guy here. Drink United orange juice. I hope I get a sponsor or something. Drink United orange juice. It's good for the body. It's good for the soul. And the more you drink, the more you're in control. Now, all right. And for that commercial set. Anyway, good day to you guys, man. Ask for some permission to chit chat with y'all about some things. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for waking them up. Open our minds that we may be able to communicate with each other and have reason. Let us not debate or look for the wrong, but look for the common and the beautiful and the pure and the right in these conversations, Father, in these videos. And when we get done talking about to each other and to our friends about these, let you be glorified in these conversations, Father. Let you be lifted up. We also ask that you give us your divine wisdom, that we may cipher these things for you and in us, for you and in all things, and you and in us. Selah. Thinking about, did this piece on about, I didn't do a video on it, but I had mentioned it, about alphabet and the alpha Z. And when I was a child, I only went to the enemy of my race's school. In fact, the enemy of my race, or the enemy of life, or the enemy of the earth, had nurses, doctors, and all these people who were being used and controlled. My mom was having me. They had already had orders to take me out my mother's womb. There was a process, and they had tools and machines and sonars and stuff and tests to check my blood and all that before I was born. Then they had documents, right? And so they stamped your baby's feet on a document and blah, 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 blah. And so they lived off an alphabet. They knew nothing about the alpha Z. So they can't teach it. They can't teach it. They don't know how to, they don't even have a clue. In fact, the Greeks don't even have a clue. But I think the ones who did have a clue, they killed them and killed all the books and the knowledge. And how did they have a clue? Because it was a God-giving knowledge about the alpha Z. They said, well, how can you say that? Well, those letters from A to Z. And there's a reason why numbers are infinite in that alpha Z. And so, you go to alpha, beta, you get omega, and gamma. You say, well, what happened to the alpha? The language of the alpha, omega, like the alphabet. What about the language of the alpha, gamma? You get the alphabet. See, when you look at the A, B for bet, or A for alpha, the B for bet, the G for gamma, the O for omega. See, these are languages. Yeah. And there's a science in that language. You see, man, where you get that from? Hold up. Here we go. Got it. You can show that before. You see that? This is the language of the alpha Z. And what we call on to it. See? The authority of the elements. The alpha Z. And so they built computers and stuff called a heart machine to use antimatter. Not the antimatter they're looking for, the dark empty space, the opposite of what is known and opposite of what is unknown, but the actual antimatter of creation. They don't know that they're already using antimatter, because it's anti-truth of the alpha Z. The alpha Z has the alphabet, the alpha gamma, the omega, has all that in between. So when you have the pure and you're using part of the pure, you're anti. You say, well, if Christ was pure and there's somebody else to go against it, you say he's what? Anti-Christ. So in that language, you have to ask yourself, what am I talking about? Why can I communicate with you? Why can you communicate with me? Why can you communicate with them? Why are we having all these communication barriers? And how come everybody is so prone on videos and cell phones? Because you're only trained for the alphabet. The rest is a visual. Ooh. See, that's how you never see the alphabet. Because, the alpha Z. Because you're always looking for the visual. The ooh, ow, the wow. And the alphabet, or the alpha beta, that gives you a small picture, like a beta machine, or a DAT machine. And so this digital and this analog the digital really takes away from an analog. Because the analog analyzes things that are being logged by you and me. And because that is so, the pureness of that is so heavy that when you bring it to a digital or a DAT, digital audio tape, you take what is big and you make it small. Eventually, that bigness put in a small thing in its own big nature, when you put it in so many small things like a pixel, becomes a power of antimatter. And the alpha zeta protects you from the antimatter or the destruction of what man has made. Because what matters is the love of the Most High and what He created. And it's all good, it's all pure, it's all seen, it's all knowing, it's all knowledgeable. And it was before the alpha and it was before the and the Omega. He said, and somebody said, well, God said He is the Alpha and the Omega. No, He created that. So His knowledge is in that. But you would never know that because you only read from the alphabet. And so in that alpha world, in that bet world, or that beta world, you only get a small idea of the will of the Most High. And a big notion that it's about you because you became digitized. Whew, heavy, huh? It just came to me today, just now, this morning. True. Because you never see a video the same, but you always hear some things that support it as I wake up and we share with the prayers, and we want you to pray with us that we may come to in a reason. So when you see this video and you go through your notes, you can comment, and we can go over comments and share with the rest of the world, and that way God gets all the glory in this digital box, in our TVs, in our ears, yes Lord, in our hearts, in our words, in our deeds. Keep it tight fist, and then we dance. I remember, man, y'all sitting. They used to do this. You see, one day he told me, he said, I see the world going forward, running. It was funny too, man. Because in Calvary, man, y'all saying, miss you, bro. And I had a video. I'm with him though. I had a video, and I'm watching everybody run, and he's running with him, and he got an epiphany while he was running with the whole world that they're running over a cliff. I share with him that they're running into a glass shield, an invisible shield that is so clear that crystal can see its reflection. It can't, rather. And water would just evaporate just at the sight of it. And so, let alone a body or this mind going into it. Proof. I mean, there's not even a proof. There's not even a dust. There's nothing. Yes, Lord. I can see it. He said, he had to run backwards like this. We started to dance called the Yasin. And so, you go backwards, Cause we gotta dance out of this diseased mind, this alphabet. Because when you use the alphabet, you curse people on a regular. When you use the alphabet, you curse yourself and you curse God, and you use blasphemous things that you think is beautiful. Because like I did in another segment, you on this time. Tick, 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 tick. No time to talk. No time to talk as pray. No time to pray with your fellow man. Matter of fact, I don't even hear nobody even pray on the video before they even start talking about the Creator. Think about that. Do any of you ask for permission to get out of bed? Do you ask permission when you open your eyes after? Can I speak, Father? Do you ask permission? Can I move my arms or something, Father? Do you ask permission, Father? Can I get up for work? Do you ask the Creator, Father, is it okay that I have this woman? Or Father, is it okay that I have this man? See, this is the seriousness of the alpha ZET. That my Father and I love your child, or you love your a choice made and a choice not made is just as equal. And last but not least, what is ever built is still ugly and wicked and heinous. And it's a crime against humanity. And how we going to confirm that? Because I'm going to get this, and we're just going to pick a page and see the Most High in His own words, in man's words, regardless of the way we wrote this or whatever, confirm that. Dear Father, let it be Thy will and not my will. Let this be a for You're to be glorified and magnified. That I'm not anybody without you, but a servant to all through you. Said I. All right. It says this. This is in Ezekiel. The word of y'all came to me. Now you, O mortal, intone, or dirge, or retiring, says to Tyre. Made with ivory, they made your decks, and embroidered linen from Egypt with cloth. Was within you. They your palace. They were your palace. Gabriel's elders, craftsmen were within. Judah and the land of Israel were your merchants. See? They trafficked with you in wheat of Minnith and Pignag, honey, oil, and balm. Because of your wealth of merchandise, because of your great wealth, Damascus traded with you in Helbon wine and white wool. Vedant and Yavan from Israel traded for your wares, and they trafficked with you in polished iron, cassia, and calamus. Edom was your merchant in saddlecloth for riding. Arabia and all Kedar's chiefs were traders under your rule, and they traded with you in lambs, rams, and goats. The merchants of Sheba and Ramah were your merchants, and they bartered for your wares all the finest spices, all kinds of precious stones, and gold. Haran, Kenet, and Eden, the merchants of Sheba, Assyria, and Chalmit, traded with you. on the high seas. And we'll go further on where it says, your sailors and your pilots, the men who made your repairs, those who carry you, the billows shall heave, and all the oarsmen, the mariners, all at you. You have become a horror and have ceased to be forever. So, from the commercial to the alphabet to the alpha zeta, that's how it comes. Get mad at me. The alpha zeta from the Most High, that is in me, that is in you, that is in all things. Yes, Lord. Let it be thy will. Father, thank you for confirming thy word. Thank you for making it relevant. We pray that somebody get this. We pray, Father, that they be able to use this, Father. And that when it comes to pass and you confirm these things in their own life, because you know what's best in the individual life as well as the collective and humanity. And because you see us as blades of grass in the field, we thank you for letting us be useful this day. There are those who look at the field will say, hey, Lord, that's a beautiful field. Or a beautiful aroma called our prayers. Till next time, there's Omar Hosea.